Hi everybody, today we're going to be talking about a new palette, which I'm really excited about, but also there are other new things that we need to address. This isn't my typical background, and I'm filming on a real, big girl camera, and I don't know how to do it. I got really tired of filming on my laptop because it wouldn't show color, everything was dark, it got all fuzzy, so I'm trying to use my real camera, and I'm so scared. Hopefully everything turns out okay for you guys. That's all I'm concerned about, so I'm going to give it a go, and if it sucks, I'll figure something else out. We are going to be looking at the Tarteist? Is it Tarteist or Tarteist? I don't know. Tarteist Pro from Tarte, and I'm really excited about it. There are 20 shades in here. There are not 20 mattes. There are 16 mattes and 4 shimmers. I am wearing as many as I could get on my eyes today. I'm really excited to share this with you guys. I hope you like it. On the back here, I think this is really nice. It says it's formulated without parabens, mineral oils, folate, that word, I don't know if you can see that, sodium lauryl sulfate, gluten, and it's dermatologist tested, and it has a little bunny in the corner, meaning it is cruelty free, so that's really nice. As always, in here you get this little pamphlet that shows you different eye looks that you could do. There they are there. Here is the palette itself. I think the black and gold is actually really pretty. I like it a lot. Mine is so hard to open. Like, I have to dig in there with my fingernails to even try to... How I've been doing this is I hold it upside down, use both thumbnails, and pop it open. There we go. Like so. Alright, I'm holding it upside down so I don't blind you guys with the mirror because it is giant. But here are all of the shades and they're absolutely so pretty. We have 4 shimmers on this side and here are 16 mattes. Today I used this one, this one, this one, this one, this one, this one, and this one, and this one. So I used 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 different colors on my eyes today just so I could test out a couple of different shades. I'm going to go through with you guys and do swatches of all of them, and I hope you guys enjoy. You can see my big girl camera in the reflection. Look at it. Oh, it's so scary. Okay, but we're going to start on this top row here and just go through all the rows individually, and then I'll probably save the shimmers. I'll probably save the shimmers for last. Starting off here in the top row, we have a classic, and it is one of the softest things I've ever touched. As you can see, I've only used it once today, and the little Tarte logo is already almost gone. So the first one we have here is classic. It is very buttery, very soft. It has more of a yellowy peach undertone, so it's not exactly stark white. Next up we have Innocent here on my finger. Here we have classic and here we have innocent. I used both of these today. This one I used all over my lid and this one I used in the transition. Next up we have whimsy, which is also very soft. And here it is swatched, super pigmented with the finger. Very pretty, more of a terracotta brown color. Next up we have smoked, which I also forgot I used, so I technically used 10 of these shadows today. I just used a tiny little bit of it right underneath my lash line, but look at that pigmentation. Okay, so that is very pigmented. It's just more of a chocolatey brown type of shade, and ignore these nails. I'm like an animal. Look at these nails. They're terrible. I'm so sorry. Alright, next up we have Vintage, which is also crazy soft. I got a little brown in my Vintage, but it is basically just a white shade, as you can see here, and yes, I actually did kind of use this one also, right underneath my brow bones. So there's another one I used. After that we have Fierce, which is a really pretty purpley gray color. Very unusual. I like it a lot actually. It's definitely something different than you see in most palettes. Next we have No Filter, which I did also use, and it's another gorgeous purpley shade. Also very pigmented and very pretty. Next up we have Vamp, which is a deeper purple shade. Oh goodness, that was awful. All these are going this direction and that one's going that direction. I'm so terrible. Okay, anyway. There it is. It's a much more deep plummy shade than the other purples. Okay, and next up we have either chic or chic. I don't know. I don't know how you spell chic. Next up we have Chic, which I used in my transition today, which is a very pretty shade, a little hint of pink to it. It's very pretty and very soft. These are some of the messiest swatches I've ever seen. Oh my gosh. I never said I was a professional. I never claimed to be a professional. Keep that in mind. Alright, next up on here we have Profesh. I have no idea what that means. Maybe professional because this is the Pro palette. There it is there, a little bit more on the gray side with a little bit of brown in it. Very pretty. All these are very neutral colors, but I think there are some very interesting shades in here. Right, next up in here we have Mauve, which I really liked. Definitely not as soft as some of the other shades, but it is really pretty. that is there. I use that in like this area of my eye because the shade I'm going to show you next I really thought was a little bit patchy and hard to blend in, so I went over with Mod to try to make it look a little bit more seamless. This is Drama, and this is the one that I was talking about was a little bit patchy. I feel like this is like the roughest, hardest one in the palette, and I did have a hard time kind of blending it in. We're just now getting on the 4th row and I'm running out of arm. So let's see how this turns out. I might have to switch over. Okay, let's switch over. Next up we have Indy, which is a really pretty color and it is also super soft. So this is the first one in the 4th row here. Then we have Bold. It's on my finger right there. It's a little hard to see because it looks like my skin. I don't know if that's just supposed to be a little bit funny because this looks like skin color, my skin color at least. But yeah, this one's Bold. So right here next to Indy, this one has a little bit more of an orange tone to it and this one's a little bit more gray. Next up we have Edgy, which is more just like a milk chocolate color. Still very pigmented and it's very pretty actually. It's also very soft. And then finally in here we have Punk, which is just a straight black. And oh, okay, that is a very pigmented black. I love seeing a nicely pigmented black. It doesn't appear gray at all to me at least. It seems very, very black. All right, finally we're gonna go through the last 4 shimmer shades. Okay, here we have Ethereal. Ooh, super, super pretty. A nice like coppery gold, very shimmery, very metallic, very pigmented. I like that a lot. Next here we have Glam, which is just like a really pretty like champagne-y color. I popped this in the center of my lids just to give it a little bit more light in the center, but there it is swatched. Gorgeous, gorgeous color. Okay, and next up we have Minx, which I actually have all over like my actual lid today just to give it a little bit of shine. But here it is swatched. It is absolutely beautiful. This might be one of my favorites in the actual palette. I typically go for matte shades, but that one is really, really pretty. And finally, we have Trendy, which looks gorgeous, but it's a little bit intimidating to me because it is like a aqua blue. Oh, look at that. That's so cool. It's like a brown blue like shift. Ah, what's that called? Duochrome? Something like that? I don't know. But that is absolutely beautiful. I was a little afraid of that one, but I'm going to have to test that out now because that is real pretty. Alright guys, so there we have it. There are all the swatches of this palette. I really enjoy all these colors. Everything I use in my eyes I really liked, with the exception of this purple right here, Drama. That one I just had a difficult time blending in, but again, I am not a professional, and I do not claim to be, so maybe it was just me doing something wrong. I don't know. That's just my unprofessional opinion, but the rest of them are absolutely beautiful. They look gorgeous. I had swatches up my arm like this one day and I forgot them and went outside and somebody asked me if I had a tattoo of this. And I was like, no, but you know, that could be kind of cool tattoo. This palette retails for $53 and this is the most expensive palette I have ever purchased, but for some reason it like caught my eye. I didn't even know this was coming out. I was on Instagram scrolling through and I saw it. And I was like, well, I gotta get it. And I literally bought it right there. I was in my boyfriend's truck. We were on our way to go camping. And I was like, I have to buy this palette. So I did. I have only used it once, but I feel like I'm gonna get a lot of use out of it. Like these right here, like these are my colors. Especially the more like mauve-y shades, like that's my color scheme, I suppose. Okay, so I hope you guys enjoyed these swatches. I'm going to figure out this whole situation here, the new camera, the new background, the new light, like everything is just so new and scary to me. But hopefully I'll be able to figure everything out and everything will turn out okay. If you guys have any suggestions of what you would like to see back in this corner right here, I'm going to try to decorate it and make it look cuter for you all, so leave those down below, or if you have any suggestions on lighting or camera, or if you know what you're doing more than me, which is everybody. Everyone who's ever touched a camera knows what they're doing more than me. Please leave me a suggestion down below because I need it. I really do need it. Other than that, thank you guys so much for watching. Please go ahead and subscribe. It would mean the world to me if you did. And as always, I hope you guys have an absolutely fantastic day and I'll see you next time. Bye!